Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Ben and Sin. My name is Ben, and this is Mrs.
Sin.
Oh, Miss.
I am not a Mrs. yet.
This is Miss
Sin.
Sandy, and
You gotta put
today.
the whole name out there. It's Ben and Sin, not Ben and Cindy.
Oh, Sandu.
It's very hot, and we have to record without our fan. So if I get cranky, just know that it's because I can't deal with heat.
Sweatiness. All right, so today's topic is
The first topic is he
Or-
/ she
my type.
my type? So again, I say it all the time. Y'all probably tired of hearing it. We've been together for forever, but
Really? You didn't even feel like it.
I mean, time flies, but still, we've been together for forever. Because honestly, we've been together so long that I don't even remember or care to think about anyone that even came before you. But that's neither here nor there. We've been together for a very long time, and a lot of times throughout our relationship, people would say stuff like, Cindy, he doesn't seem like your type. Ben, she doesn't seem like your type. Blah, blah, blah. Like different things. Like they think that we just don't match. Not necessarily that we're not compatible, but like physically, like we just don't match.
Externally. What?
You're such a dork.
What?
So
No, I'm not dark skinned.
I said dork.
Oh, my bad.
Oh my gosh. That's one of the reasons. So we put down five of like the more common reasons that people say that like we weren't each other's types, pretty much. So the first one is, this is your favorite, huh?
The height difference, because I'm 6'3",
And I'm 5'4".
and I think I've been 6'3" since like 18, whatever. Like,
So that's like almost an entire foot difference.
and when I met you, I was like 6'1".
Mm-hmm.
Like, I've been tall.
I was still 5'4". Like I've been 5'4" since like, I would say 8th grade. I hit 5'4" and I just stopped growing completely. So I've been 5'4" for a very long time.
And I don't see what's wrong with that.
I don't know, but I guess I don't know. Well, I mean, it's only a difficult thing like when it comes to doing stuff like taking pictures, and in the YouTube case, vlogging, because when you vlog, like it's at such a high angle, and then when I vlog, it's at my eye level, so it's hard to get you in the screen unless you're bending down.
Yeah, but they just gotta make it work. Well,
Right.
we just made it work. I mean,
Yeah, but other than that, like people have like said like you guys have such a height difference. I don't know, but I don't know. I think we're fine. But anyway, the second one, this one is my favorite.
let's see.
The weight difference.
Oh, let's go back to the first one again.
What happened?
Let me see.
The height?
The height. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You got it right now. Sorry. I was gonna say that I am skinnier. I didn't think that fall under the weight. I like that shit, bro.
The weight difference. So I recently lost a lot of weight, so like I guess it's not as much of a barrier anymore. Well, I mean it still is, because I personally feel like weight wise, even though you're heavier, I still appear like way bigger, because again, this falls under the height difference. Because of our height difference, my weight distributes much differently on me than it would on him. Like we could both be 150 pounds but look totally different. That's the thing about height and things like that. So I was always bigger. Like I was always a big girl. Like even when I was a little kid, like I may not have always been like huge, but I was always bigger than your average kid. So I guess even when we first got together, like you were twig and I was big. Like I wasn't like humongous, but I was still big.
But even though I was skinnier, I mean, back then I was still by the book considered like overweight.
But that's the thing. That's why it's so crazy to me, because you were so skinny that I was literally like, you need to eat.
Yeah, back when you met me, I was like 180.
You looked like a twig, bruh. And even now, like, I personally think you look fine, even though you feel like you want to lose more.
But that, I mean, we just checked. I just reached.
He hit his goal weight.
Your goal weight.
My goal weight?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because you said you wanted to go lower than that, and I said no. I think this one's good. But yeah, he hit my goal weight for him today. So yeah, like a lot of people felt like, oh, because I'm bigger that he shouldn't be attracted to me and things like that. So I don't know, but I feel like throughout our relationship, it was always other people who had a problem with my weight. Like, he never made me feel like I was too big.
That's a problem.
And it's just, I feel like it's a Haitian thing when people make fun of people's weight. So, like, he's made statements about my weight, and I'm just like, but I'm secure enough in my weight that if somebody makes fun of my weight, I don't get offended.
But this is like a cultural thing. Even you see, like, every time people be talking, like, they take people's self-esteem like nothing.
But just because it's a cultural thing, that doesn't make it okay, though.
I'm just saying. I'm not saying it's okay to do it, but
because like if someone's making fun of my weight and they're my friend or like someone close to me, I don't really get offended as much unless like I feel like you're taking it too far. Like if I'm eating something and you're gonna start coming for me, I'm gonna feel some type of way. But like if you're like a stranger, we have no type of friendship, relationship whatsoever, and you say anything about my weight, like I want war. Like don't do that. And like again, another thing that I always hated about the weight thing, like when I started losing weight, that's when all of a sudden people were complaining about the fact that I was bigger. So it's like, okay, as my friend, as my family member, you didn't have anything to say. Like people would always tell me, oh, you carry your weight well, blah blah blah, even though you were way bigger, like you don't look that bad. And then once I lost weight, people were like, wow, you really looked horrible. Wow, you look amazing now. Like, okay, whoa, don't do that.
Hey, but one, like, there's like one statement that I heard people or you mention it a lot when they say, I mean, you too big or whatever. It's because they always say as long as your men like it. I honestly don't think that have nothing to do with me. Like, you just feel comfortable the way you are. That's you.
No, but I understand what they mean by that, though, because at the end of the day, your spouse is the one that has to sleep next to you every night. You understand? So regardless, your spouse has to be attracted to you. You feel me?
Yeah,
so
I guess.
that's the thing that I respect about our relationship a lot. I feel like our relationship goes way deeper than the physical. So like if he were to get humongous, I'd still love him just the same. And vice versa. Like I feel like our relationship from the beginning was always much deeper than physical and looks and things like that, because we focused on getting to know each other and focused on that rather than what was on the outside. And that's the reason why the physical doesn't care. Like Ben, if Ben tells me to lose weight, I know that it's because he's looking at it from a health perspective, not because of how I look. You understand? So
even me, I went to the gym is because, I mean, not like I was insecure about the way I am. It just, I do research. The more exercise you do, it's good for your heart and stuff like that. It's not because like I had a reason to go to, but especially now I'm young, I just gotta make time for it. And the third one is skin complexion. Obviously, you only glasses to see it.
So.
Yeah, man.
I personally hate this whole light skin, brown skin, dark skin stigma. I feel like all black is beautiful. And I genuinely believe that. Like people still like look at me funny when I literally say I want a chocolate baby. Like I literally want a little chocolate drop that looks like me. But
what were you trying to say?
I want my baby to look like me, but have your complexion.
And
your eyebrows, because I don't have eyebrows.
No, I want my baby to look like me and have your skin color.
That's what you want? I want the opposite. So it's pretty much the same thing. We want the same thing. So we want our babies to look like ourselves but have the other one's skin complexion. But I feel like a lot of times, not all the time, my bra is showing. I feel like a lot of times when light complexion, dark complexion have a baby, it's a lot of times it's like in between. The complexion is like brown, more brown skin versus like darker light. I said dyke. Darker light. Anyway, but I feel like it's more in between rather than the child having one or the other. Like, it happens. Don't get me wrong, it happens. But I feel like more commonly we're going to have one that's like a little milk chocolate chop.
It's going to be somewhere in between.
But people always felt like because I was light-skinned that I should like light-skinned. I've only ever been like, I can't really say it like celebrity wise, because honestly the only two celebrities that I've ever been super attracted to that were light skinned were Chris Brown and that guy from B2K, Lil Fizz.
Oh,
those are the only. You're not light skinned, babe.
Oh, my bad.
Those were the only two light skins that I've ever said like, oh my gosh. But other than that, like, I've always loved dark skinned artists. Like, I've just the melanin is just whew. But either way, like, I've always been more attracted to the dark skin complexion than light. Like, it's just, that's always how I've been. And I don't know if anybody ever told you that you shouldn't be with a light skin or whatever the case may be. But I feel like it was more so for me than for you.
I never received that.
Yeah, I feel like it was more so for me than for you. People were saying that because I'm light skinned that I should be with a brown or lighter. But I don't know. I love my little dark skinned baby.
Fourth one is yours, baby.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
The fourth one is location. Location. So, I mean, I'm originally from Jersey, but like I moved to the Poconos when I was 12. So like I would say bulk of my teenage and I can't really say adult years because I moved back to Jersey when I was 22. So I would say bulk of my teenage years like I spent in PA. So like I literally have more so of a PA mindset, PA upbringing than New Jersey, because even when I lived in Jersey, like we were super sheltered. My mom kept us in the house. We weren't really, these damn Jersey streets. My mom wouldn't let us like be out in the streets like that, going out with friends and things like that. We were literally in the house. So I was more so raised in a PA upbringing, and you were more raised in like a,
just say it, bro.
Like the Newark upbringing. Like,
yeah, bro.
Not necessarily raised in the Newark upbringing because like you were more so in the house anyway. But I'm just saying like you're from like the Newark area.
That's where I'm from. Like my address, if you ask me where I'm from, like I said Newark. They don't know if that's my address.
How you were raised, right. But, so yeah, I guess you could say the address is another reason that people were like.
I'm from Newark and I'm proud of it, and I can say thank God, no record. The only things I have is just like driving,
like traffic tickets.
Like not like crazy, careless stuff like that. But other than that, I'm straight, proud, and the only way I'm moving out of Newark is because of my kids.
Yeah, because I can't do this.
I have no issue where I live.
You almost hit me.
No, sorry. Yeah, I have no issue where I live. I'm cool with everybody. I just do my business, park in my driveway, and get inside, and nothing really ever happened to me. But like when people asking me questions, even again on my resumes and stuff, like when I go to interviews, they all have like some side comments.
Yeah, like people have this stigma that because he's from Newark, like he's ghetto or ratchet or he's a thug or that he's been involved in drugs or drug dealing and things like that. But again, like I said, when we got to know each other, we got to know each other and not the outer appearance. So it's like I felt like I got to know him and I didn't care about where he's from because I knew him. And that's why a lot of times when people would make statements saying that you were involved in certain things, and I was just like, I find that very hard to believe, because this is something that I'd have to see to believe, because I feel like I know you well enough to know that you wouldn't get involved in certain things. But me being from the Poconos, people think that I'm like this prissy white girl demeanor.
Bougie or ballad.
Yeah, like people think that I'm like that. Get out of here. And I feel like it was that stigma that probably made people feel like where we're from is the reason why we shouldn't be together. But to be honest with you guys, let me tell y'all something about the Poconos. The Poconos may look all whitewashed and, you know, like there's nothing that goes on here, but there's a lot that goes on in the Poconos, and you won't know it unless you live there. So don't sit here and think that.
I've been there.
I said unless you live there.
No.
So it's like there's a lot that goes on there. There's still drugs. There's still like shootings and things like that. It's not as common as areas like Newark.
They just not put it in the news.
No, they put it in the news, but it's in stuff like the Pocono Records, whereas if a shooting happens here, you'll see it on CNN, but if a shooting happens in the Poconos, it's like in the local newspaper. So it's like it's not as advertised because it doesn't happen as often. But it still happens. Like, don't think that in my opinion, there is no such thing as a place that is 100% safe. Like, it just doesn't exist. There's always some crap that goes on, and in my opinion, it may be much more different than Jersey, but it's not. They're not polar opposites.
But it
still
also
happens up there.
Also about Newark, I can't really blame people who thinks that way, because if you look at like crime rate and stuff like that, the numbers actually speaks for themselves. But thank God I'm not one of these niggas. Like, that's all I can really say. I'm not really blaming someone who's saying Newark is bad. But if you don't really talk to me, how can you just already crucified me? That's just the thing. But
like, they already paint this stereotype, paint this picture of who you are and what you do based off of where you're from, not who you are.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's another thing that like worried me about when I moved to Jersey and started submitting resumes for jobs. Like, a lot of people would be like, oh wow, like when they meet me, they're like, oh wow, that's where you're from. Like, I didn't get that from the way you speak, the way you carry yourself. Like, you don't seem like someone who lives in this area. So it's like there's such a high stereotypical stigma against the people that live in this area that they feel like nothing good can come out of Newark, which is kind of sad, but it is what it is. The last one is
the accent barrier.
So I guess how we could put it is that I'm more Haitian American and you're like Haitian.
You remember the first time we went on date? I was like,
oh my gosh. But no, like seriously, a lot of people feel like if I were dating like within my race, not my race, within my culture is the best way to put it. Within my culture, that I would be with another Haitian American. Like, a lot of people talk to Ben and they're like, oh wow, he has an accent. It's like, wow, that doesn't seem like your type. Like, I don't care.
It's all about communication.
As long as we can communicate, I don't care. And a lot of times we go out with people and they make fun of your accent, and I still don't give a damn.
Who made fun of my accent?
Remember when we went out for Ishmael's birthday?
What was that?
We're in August. June. We went out with his friends. We went to the buffet. They were making fun of your accent. They were making fun of the fact that you were wearing high water pants that day.
That was fine. But the accent part, I didn't get it.
This man, I don't know what he does. Sometimes he goes in the closet and he comes out and he looks bomb. And sometimes he goes in the closet and he comes out looking like all types of crazy. But this man in general puts no effort into how he dresses. So it's like hit or miss. Sometimes he looks... sometimes he hits the nail on the head, and sometimes he bangs a hole into the floor. So it's like that day they were coming at you from every angle. The way you dress, your accent, like literally.
Bruh, the other guy had an accent too. I'm not. He does have an accent.
Which one? Tell me which one.
Yeah, you do have an accent.
No, he doesn't.
I'm telling you, even your brother confirmed it.
Oh,
he wasn't even born here.
I guess.
Yeah.
I didn't hear an accent.
He does.
But you have a very strong accent, put it
Yeah,
that way.
yeah.
So because you have a very strong accent, like people would think that like I shouldn't, or why am I attracted to him? But I literally don't care about stuff like that. Like a lot of people find people who have French accents sexy. A lot of people find Italian accents sexy. So what's wrong with a Haitian accent?
This shit is strong. That's what's wrong with it.
Yeah, but I genuinely, I don't care. The accent doesn't bother me. And it'll probably bother our kids. They'll be like, Daddy, that's not how you say it. Well, they're not going to call you Daddy. They're going to call you Ben.
Oh, they probably say, yo, OG, why would you date my dad?
First of all, my kids are not going to be talking in yo, 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 hey, yo. No.
Man, I will not care if they call me G.
Well, I call you G. You ruined me. Like, literally.
I said I will not care if they call me G.
I got around this man and I started just talking more and more like him. And he doesn't, I don't know. They usually say, like, you start speaking like each other. He doesn't speak like me at all whatsoever. I literally just started talking like him. It's kind of ridiculous. But
yeah, they're going to be like, yo, no, they're going to be like, Mommy, why would you date my dad? He have an accent. He wasn't even born here.
I don't think our kids would say that about us.
They will, bruh.
Nah.
Kids nowadays, what they speak on the next generation gonna be far off, bruh.
I'm dead. Well, yeah. So that was our 5 reasons that people thought we didn't match or that we weren't compatible, and I feel like every single one of those reasons were outer. And a lot of even now, a lot of people are like, oh, you guys are goals, you guys are this, you guys are that, and I feel like it's because people started to look past these barriers and see that, like, regardless of what people have to say about us, we are genuinely happy. So it's like,
and one thing about me, I pay 0 cents to what people said.
0 attention.
Yeah, like whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, like these.
I mean, you pay attention to what people say.
I pay attention to what people say in terms of me, though. Like, I don't care what people say about you. Have you ever seen me come to you and be like, so-and-so said this about you, blah, blah, blah. That makes me look at you differently? Never. I only care what people say about me because I maintain my reputation. I keep my slate clean. And I feel like it's disrespectful for anyone to say anything about me that I feel like is not true or doesn't fit. So don't try and dirty my name or my reputation. So I'm sensitive about how I look.
But me, I'm not going to answer. But one thing, if you talk about my kids, I'm definitely going to answer. There's no way around that, bro.
The warrant?
Yeah. Do not talk about my kids. That's when you will see Noah coming out of me.
Oh, gosh. Anyways, with that being said, we ask that you like, comment, subscribe, smash that notification bell.
No,
that was lame.
Go ahead. Smash.
Smash that notification bell so that you guys are notified when we post again. Count it.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2,